I can't believe it. We live in a world where I'm more satisfied with the most recent Xbox showcase than the most recent State of Play and Summer Games Fest combined. Now, the channel's been growing pretty steadily, so I just want to make it clear. I feel like I say this in almost every single one of these videos, but I do not prefer Xbox over PlayStation. I don't prefer PlayStation over Xbox. If anything, I prefer Nintendo over everything. Okay, so I'm not a fanboy, just getting that out there now. And you've probably seen the discourse about this showcase online, at least if you're like me and tragically online. But this was definitely not the greatest event ever. This was not the best gaming showcase we've had. Is it the best one that we've had this year? Probably. I'd say so. I mean, I don't really care, again, at the end of the day, if it's better than PlayStation's. I just think it's funny that I'm more satisfied with this one, when this was the one that I had the lowest expectations for. So just so we know how this video is going to work, just because I talk about certain games in this video doesn't mean I'm not acknowledging all of the great devs and hard work that have gone into the other games that I might not talk about. And that also doesn't mean that these other games are not going to get their own video. I just couldn't do a reaction video to the event, so this is what I'm doing instead. I'm going to start off with a little negative, and then I promise we'll be happy here, okay? But I got to get it off my chest. I'm so sick of us showing games and just putting the year. So many games that we know are coming out in 2024, at least because we've been told it multiple times, still do not have a solid to-date release date. Things like Avowed, things like Indiana Jones. These games don't have a solid release date, but then we get something like Life is Strange, which drops to the day. Like, it gives us the exact date, something that we didn't even really know 100% was going to happen, and we still don't have a hard date for Avowed, but it did show some cool new stuff, I guess. The Call of Duty thing is probably going to get its own video too, but I thought the Black Ops 6 Direct was pretty cool. The campaign looks great. I'm definitely going to be talking about it when the game comes out, and the general updates to multiplayer look really fun, so that game is probably going to get a video too, and down the line in October. We got the confirmation about the Doom leaks being real, Doom the Dark Ages. Personally, I think this looks really cool. It's also coming to PC, Steam, and PlayStation 5. So that's pretty cool. Good on Xbox for kind of opening up their library like that. Again, this one I'm fine with getting 2025 because it's next year. That's fine. We didn't even know 100% if this game was real or not. And it got 2025 slung next to its name, so we'll see if that's real. But yeah, it's the medieval kind of Doom prequel. So I'm excited for it. I mean, it doesn't look all that different from Doom Eternal, but that's because it's Doom. So I think all the Doom games have been really well, as I was trying to say before my audio just stopped recording for some reason. I think all the Doom games have been pretty solid. So I'm excited to see it. I guess we'll just have to wait for more until next year. We then got another look at Fable and the remaster thing. I think it's a remake for sure. This, I mean, I kind of felt like it was coming out in 2025, so to me, this is whatever. Again, they still have been doing this thing where they're just not really showing gameplay, and I get it, it's still a year away, but we've been shown trailers pretty much mostly for the last couple of years, so I'm kind of over it, to be honest. One of the biggest announcement, at least for me personally, was Gears of War E-Day. I'm going to try not to talk about it too much in this video because that's one of the games getting its own. I can't wait for this. I'm so glad that Gears of War is the full title instead of Gears E-Day. I fucking hated when they changed it to just Gears. I think that was one of the dumbest marketing decisions ever. This is like up there with Halo for me personally, and some of the most iconic and best Xbox first party games. I can't wait for this. We got a new trailer for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. It was pretty much the same recycled gameplay that we've gotten before, just with more story. I think this game's growing on me. I'm not gonna lie, it's making me feel young again. So we're just gonna move right past that because it wasn't that much gameplay. Again, we just got the damn 2024 instead of an actual solid release date, which kind of just makes me think it's gonna get delayed. We got Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 for all of the people that wanted that. It's there you go. Perfect Dark looks really fun. I can't wait for it. The only thing, I'm kind of getting like a Cyberpunk 2077 feel. I love the game now, didn't love it when it came out, so I'm gonna hold my horses on this game. I don't think it gave us a date whatsoever, though. So, I mean, this game is probably pretty far off, but I'm excited to try it whenever it comes. Okay, so this game is one of the games that caught me by surprise. South of Midnight. It looks pretty cool. This is a third-person action-adventure game from the people who made We Happy Few. I like that game. Not everybody does, so this game is probably not going to be for everybody. I can definitely see this being one of those games that gets a bunch of different types of reviews because of fanboys. I think it looks pretty cool. Again, I'm going to have to wait and see, though, because we know it's coming in 2025, and that's it. State of Decay 3 got a new trailer, and it had, I don't think, any gameplay. If it did, it had very, 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 very small amount of gameplay. So I don't even think there was a year for this thing. So next, Assassin's Creed Shadows. I know I haven't talked about it because I'm trying to avoid the controversy. Gameplay looks fun. Sue me. Sorry. Atomfall surprised me too. It just looks like a cool survival game. I'm excited to see more gameplay. It says it's launching in 2025, so this looks like one of those sleeper hits. I'm skipping a few of these that I don't care about, and I apologize, but we're gonna skip all the way to Life is Strange Double Exposure, man. This game caught me so off guard. Again, I'm not someone who jumps into leaks. Like, I really try to avoid them. Man, this game looks so fucking good. The first Life of Strange game is one of the best games ever made, in my opinion, from a storytelling standpoint and from a gameplay loop standpoint. I absolutely love that game. Life of Strange 2 is hot dog shit, so I'm really excited to see what they do here. Obviously, we're going back with Max as the main character, which in my opinion is a perfect decision, and it looks like now Max is able to travel through dimensions, which is crazy. But we did get confirmation this is coming this year, October 29th, which again is insane to me. But the other thing that is not really being talked about, at least from what I can see, is that if you pre-order the Ultimate Edition, you'll be able to play the first 2 chapters from the 15th of October. So it would only really be like a 2-week wait, which I think is kind of worth it, but I'm not a huge fan of pre-order bonuses like that. So Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater looks cool, looks really good. Again, I don't think we got a date for this. It just I mean, it's Metal Gear Solid, right? Who doesn't fuck with that? Okay, this next one is probably the one that took the show for me, and again, it's going to get its own video. Mixtape Nothing But the Hits, or just Mixtape as I'm going to call it. This game looks incredible, right up my alley, dude. Like, I've watched this trailer probably a good 6 or 7 times. I was hooked from the second they opened the trailer with the skateboarding and like low FPS style, obviously very inspired by the Insomniac Spider-Man Spider-Verse skins that have the lowered FPS compared to the rest of the game. I think it looks really great. I'm a huge fan of the art style and this animation style. I think that the gameplay for this could be really cool. They didn't really show what gameplay for this could be. It looks like a lot of kind of third-person stuff, which I'm all here for. I can't wait for this. It looks awesome. This game could definitely be like the next Life is Strange type game, that it's just like one of those games that some people are like, oh, that's really cool, and then it becomes a cult classic. I just think it looks, that and the music. Perfect music choices, by the way. Okay, I'm done talking about it. Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl got revealed. It seemed like this was probably a pretty emotional reveal for some people, which is completely understandable. I'm just glad that the studio is safe and the devs are safe and they're able to make what they love. I'm gonna play this game probably with Game Pass just to see what it's like. I'm not the biggest fan of the original game. Not that I don't think it's good. It just doesn't speak to me the same way it speaks to a lot of people. I'm still gonna be excited to try this game out. Starfield had a surprise update where they dropped an update today, or pretty much the day of the showcase, that just added some stuff. But the part that I want to talk about is the Shattered Space DLC. This looks straight out of Alien Isolation, and I'm all here for it. I definitely think that Starfield is the perfect playground for a horror game, because the game itself, I'm not the biggest fan of. To be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Starfield. I think it's okay for the most part. I'm excited to see what they do with the DLC. And they announced 3 new Xbox consoles for the 15 people that own a Series X to wish they bought instead. There's a 1 terabyte Series S in the white, an all digital Series X that looks to be in the same white color scheme, and then a 2 terabyte Xbox Series X special edition, which is the Galaxy Black, which is essentially the black with like these little galaxy stars in it. And that was the showcase. So I'm really excited for this. I think that overall this showcase was great. I was thoroughly entertained the entire time. So thank you, Xbox, for not making this the third snoozer event in a row. Obviously, people online are going to be vile about this because whenever it comes to Xbox and PlayStation showing stuff, it is impossible to just say that you enjoy anything. So for those people, I hate everything equally and love everything equally. Go fuck. Yeah, all jokes aside though, if someone's excited for one of these games, try not to shit on them, okay? Just let them be excited. I don't understand why there's such a vile mentality of Xbox people versus PlayStation people. I'm right in the middle. I fucking hate everybody, so I think this is a perfect time for us to cut that shit out. There's a lot of really cool games coming in the future that I'm personally really excited for. So let me know what your favorite game reveal from this showcase was, and if you're like me and absolutely hate the fad of just putting a fucking year of when the game is going to come, I'd rather just not know the year, to be honest. Next year continues though to look like one of the biggest years we've ever had for games. I wonder how many of these games are honestly just not putting a release date as solid as they can because they want to avoid GTA 6. I have a strong feeling that's what it is. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. I can't wait for Mixtape, dude. That game looks so good. Okay, I'm done talking.